Okay, let's talk about money. And if your mind immediately jumps to spreadsheets, budgets, and complicated math, well, you're missing the biggest piece of the puzzle. Today, we're diving into what really drives our financial decisions. And spoiler alert, it has way less to do with our math skills and way more to do with the hidden wiring inside our own heads.
So, I want to start with a question for you, and it sounds simple, but it's actually pretty deep. Why do you really buy the things you buy? I mean, think about it for a second. Why is it that one person will pinch every penny for their savings while their friend spends it all on a last-minute flight? The answer, you'll see, is never quite as simple as it looks on the surface. And that's because, and here's the big secret we're going to unpack today, money is so much more than just a tool to buy things. It's actually a mirror. Every single dollar you decide to spend or decide to save is a direct reflection of your deepest beliefs, your automatic habits, and all the fascinating, weird wiring of the human brain. So it all really begins with what we could call your personal financial blueprint. This is basically the collection of your core values, the stuff that's truly important to you. And these values are secretly steering every single financial choice you make, whether you even realize it or not.
And let's be super clear, there is no right or wrong answer here, not at all. Maybe you're someone who really truly values stability and security. If that's you, your money is probably going to flow towards things like a down payment on a house or beefing up your retirement fund. Or maybe you're someone who just craves freedom and adventure. In that case, your bank statement is probably full of flights and new experiences. Both paths are completely 100% valid.
The real trouble, the thing that causes that nagging feeling of financial stress or buyer's remorse, it's not about choosing one value over the other. The problem pops up when your spending, your day-to-day actions, doesn't match up with what you truly value deep down. That misalignment, that's what leaves you feeling kind of empty, wondering, where did all my money even go?
But it's not just our values that are running the show. Oh no, it gets much trickier. Because our brains come with, let's say, pre-installed software. A bunch of mental shortcuts that can quietly sabotage even our best intentions. We can think of these as the mind's hidden financial traps. The technical term for these traps is cognitive biases. And before you think, oh, that doesn't apply to me, I gotta stop you right there. It's so important to get this. Everyone has them. Me, you, everybody. They're just automatic shortcuts our brain uses to make decisions faster. They're usually helpful, but when it comes to money, man, they can lead us to make some truly irrational choices. Let me give you a classic example. Okay, picture this. You're out shopping, you see a shirt you really like. You pick it up, check the price tag, and you see it costs $100. Okay, that number, $100, is now locked and loaded in your brain. But then you look closer and you see, wait a minute, it's on sale for $30. You think, wow, what a steal, right? Well, that's a cognitive bias called the anchoring effect. Your brain is so anchored to that first price you saw, that $100, that $30 now seems like an absolutely incredible bargain, even if the shirt was only ever really worth, say, $15 to begin with. That first number you see totally frames the entire decision. Or, how about this little voice? Come on, we've all heard this little voice in our head. This is something called present bias, and it is powerful. Our brains are just naturally wired to want that immediate gratification, the joy of that delicious coffee right now, and we prioritize that feeling way more than a bigger but more distant reward, like saving that $5 for something more important down the line. The present just feels so much more real.
And then, of course, there's the intense pressure of herd mentality, when it feels like every single person you know is jumping on some hot new crypto or lining up for the latest gadget. That fear of missing out is immense. That social pull can so easily pull money away from your own personal goals, like your savings account, simply because you don't want to feel like the only one being left behind.
And trust me, the list of these mental glitches goes on and on. We've got loss aversion, where the pain of losing $20 feels twice as bad as the joy of finding $20. There's the endowment effect, which is this weird thing our brain does where we automatically think something is more valuable the second we own it. And we are all suckers for confirmation bias. That's when we've already decided we want to buy something, so we only go looking for the 5-star reviews that tell us we're making a great choice. Now, I know, hearing all of this might feel a little defeating. Like our brains are just programmed to fail with money. But that is absolutely not the takeaway here. The solution isn't to try and become some perfect, emotionless financial robot. The real power, the secret weapon, is in one simple thing: awareness.
So how do you actually get that control back? It's all about building a tiny little pause into your process,
Before you make any big purchase, just stop, take a breath, and run a quick two-step mental check. First, the values check. Does buying this actually line up with what's most important to me? And second, the bias check. Wait a second, am I being anchored to a fake sale price? Am I just following the crowd? Is one of my brain's faulty shortcuts running the show here?
Because at the end of the day, that's the real lesson here. Financial freedom, financial well-being. It's not about having a perfect budget or never making a single mistake. It's about developing the self-awareness to just understand the why behind your choices. That single moment of reflection is the most powerful financial tool you will ever have.
So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. The next time you go to open your wallet or you're about to click that Buy Now button, just take 1 second and ask yourself, what is this decision really saying about what I value, what I'm afraid of, and what I truly want out of life? What is my money really saying about me?